Hey guys, what's up? I just realized that I shot this entire video on my second take that I thought was really good, but I didn't hit the record button. So we're going to make this short and simple. Range report, August 22nd. Let's do it. Sometimes, man, sometimes. Yeah, August 22nd. Here we go. I'm probably getting heat stroke because I keep sitting out here doing this. Today, we did some interesting stuff. We worked on primarily the Glock 48. We did some shooting with it. We showed what it just basically we did some shooting with it, showed it off a little bit. We talked about the pieces and parts I have in it now and some pieces and parts that I will put in it later. But that's one thing that we did. It continues to shoot well. It shoots better than me. I mean, most any gun's going to do that unless it's a complete shot out piece of junk. But it's really good. It did really well. However, I still really like the Glock 43X. This guy just, I don't know if it's the fact that it's been worn in, broken, and it's just beautiful, man. Beautiful. Beautiful. I just like it for some reason. Maybe it's the size of it, even though the size is pretty much the exact same thing. I don't know what it is about it, but it just shoots very well. So that's why I like both of them. I don't think I could get rid of them. I said that before and I traded it off, but that's why I'm building the 48.2.0. Anyway, the other thing we worked on was this holster. We looked at this holster from Armadillo Concealment. It's their X-Fer version 2, so I believe it's injection molded, but it doesn't index. I keep saying index. It doesn't index. It retains the gun by grabbing onto the light, so it gets its retention from the light, which is a Surefire X300. This is interesting because not only does it allow me to use different guns, right? I'm not a big fan. I'll say this straight up. I'm not a big fan of a multi-gun holster. I'm really not. This particular one has a different potential that I'm playing around with and I might use in a different way sometime we'll get into later. But this seems to be one of the better options that are out there. Okay, I know there's some other holsters. I know of 3 different holster companies that make holsters like this. I like this one the best so far. Okay, so far. Also, not only does it since it retains off the light, this is a 3-lug, this is a 3-lug on here, but I don't have the booster. But it does work with a suppressor. So now I have the capability of holstering a suppressed gun. It's pretty cool. You do have to be a little bit careful holstering a suppressed gun without anything over the suppressor. You could very easily burn your leg. Don't do that. Don't ask me how I know that. That was the main things that we worked on today. When we shot the 48 video, I had a buddy out here, Nathan Kempter, I believe is his last name. He owns Kempter Customs. I don't know if he owns it or if he's the CEO or however it works, but that's his company. And they make some awesome metal stuff, the hitch plate covers, the plate covers or hitch covers, some steel targets, some knives, just some metal cutting stuff is what he does. He cuts metal. And I don't know exactly what voodoo he does with this stuff, but it's really good stuff. And we have probably 5 or so of his targets out here, and they're great. They're really, really good. Good quality steel. You can tell. Sometimes you go buy this cheap steel and stuff, and you turn it into a target, and it gets pitted, and you shoot it, and it turns into Swiss cheese, and it's nasty. His stuff has not done that. We've shot it up close with rifle. It does very well. It does very, very well. But he came out here. The reason I say all that, he came out here, and he also did some videography work. So he helped me, and he really put me to shame in my videography work. Because he's like, what camera do you use? I'm like, I use my iPhone. And he's got these boxes of like cameras and stuff and gimbals and things. And like, man. But once I saw the quality of it, dude, blew me out of the water. So look for that video, hopefully, before too long. The Glock 48 2.0 video that he helped me do. And he's going to help me edit and stuff. So I'm looking forward to what he does because it could be really cool. It could be really cool. Just different camera, different person's perspective. Pretty neat. One other thing that we did today is since we already had all this stuff out, and I don't think I've done it before, and I don't know why. I don't think I've done it. Hopefully, I'm not duplicating a video. But this Omega 9K is made for 9mm. You can also shoot some smaller calibers through it, not rimfire stuff. Don't shoot rimfire through it. But 300 blackout, 762 by 39, supers and subs on both accounts. Apparently, I have yet to shoot an AK. This out of an AK, shoot an AK out of this, however you say that. But I have talked or communicated with Silencer Co. and they say this is rated. This will work on a 10.5 inch, an M95 PAP, I think is what it is, M92 PAP, the little 10.5 inch pistol AK thingy. They said this will work on there. So I don't have great expectations that it will actually make it really, really quiet. but it could be really cool to bring down that sound decibel, take off the edge a little bit. But we brought it out since it was already out, and we ran it on the MP5, the AR9, the Glock 19, and I also have a 300 Blackout that I brought out, and they all did really well. Basically, that video will be talking about the capabilities of the Omega 9K, showing what it can do. What it was made to do is 9mm stuff. It works really well for that. It can handle 300 Blackout, and it did pretty well with 300 Blackout. The 300 Blackout that I had, it's a shorter barrel. It's a pistol, right? It's a shorter one. And all I have right now is supersonic, so it's pretty loud. But I think you'd be surprised at how this guy does. And then all the ammo I had shot for the 9mm stuff was all 147 grain subsonics. So you really can tell the difference there. It makes a big difference when you're shooting supers and subs 9mm. It's pretty stinking cool. It's pretty cool. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. We did run some other drills and different things with this guy. I really do like it. One thing I noticed after the class is the screws had come loose, apparently, and the gas tube was canted pretty drastically. So this barrel is not dimpled. I wish it was dimpled. And I could dimple it, but I'm just not yet. But it wasn't dimpled and had worked itself loose. But I got to tell you, like everything else on here, like the suppressor's running great. These iron sights, still running great. I'm going to make a dedicated video to that here before too long, hopefully. EOTech still running, doing its thing. Everything else is working. I haven't cleaned it. I dumped a bunch of oil in it because I went to go open it up, and it was like, man, that thing was caked, dude. That was nasty. So I just dumped a bunch of oil in it and ran it, and it worked just fine. It's great. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions or anything, let me know. If you have any comments about the Omega 9K or any of the other pieces and gears and things and stuff that I had, love to know your questions or comments, concerns, complaints, any of all that stuff, whatever. I really do appreciate y'all watching. I really do. It's awesome being able to, it feels like sometimes I can have some of y'all here, some of y'all that really do comment and like get involved. It's cool because it's almost like I'd be like, hey, oh, this guy has been talking about XYZ. Here, I can show him this kind of thing. It's cool. It's cool. Anyway, appreciate y'all. Really do. All right. And lastly, a huge shout out and thank you to my Patreon guys and maybe gals. I think they're all guys. I have no idea. The names on there on the internets are kind of weird. But thank y'all. I really do appreciate y'all. Y'all are awesome. You stick around. You support in ways that people don't really get it. And I get it. I really appreciate it. It's awesome. All right. Y'all be good to be safe. Appreciate it. And we'll catch y'all in the next video.